Kick off our conversation today, we're going to start with a YouTube question on our first topic of discussion, the economy. And it comes to us from Anthony Millian in Greenville, South Carolina. Let's watch.
Mr. President, thank you for your time. My name is Anthony Millian, and I'm currently residing in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm a student. I'm taking 15 credits in order to get an accounting degree. I also work a 40-hour-a-week job. There's one problem. I barely make ends meet. The question I want to ask you today is this. Will you promote a living wage for people like me who are responsible, work, go to school, and take charge of their lives? Thank you.
Well, first of all, I just want to commend you for working hard at school and at work. And I think this is representative of the spirit that's out there in this country. Nobody expects anybody to do anything for them. Everybody, I think, is working hard, trying to make ends meet and trying to get ahead in what's been a very difficult economy over the last 3 years. But we are starting to see some signs that the economy is picking up. We've created 22 million jobs over the last, or 3 million jobs over the last 22 months. And we saw the largest boost in manufacturing jobs that we've seen since the 90s. Best job growth that we've seen since 2005. But we've still got a lot more to do. And for young people who are going to school and about to go into the workplace, a couple things I have to do. Number one is I have to keep this recovery going. That's why it's so important for us to continue to make sure that, for example, we extend the payroll tax cut so that you don't have $40 coming out of your paycheck this year at a time when things are already tight for you. For students, we're going to have to make sure that we continue to build on some of the steps we've taken to make college more affordable, and that includes extending the tax credits that we've passed that are saving some families up to $10,000 a year, also expanding the Pell Grant program. That obviously is helpful to young people like yourselves. And then what we have to do is to make sure that as businesses grow, as we're promoting new industries like manufacturing in this country, that we're also making sure that workers have a chance to benefit. And that means, I'm a strong believer in the minimum wage, but it also means that we are making sure that people like you who are working hard aren't being disadvantaged by the tax code the way it is right now. And that's part of the reason why, as we're reducing the deficit or taking other steps to balance the budget, that we don't put the burden on you as much as we put on people like me who can afford it. Making sure that we're improving skills for all Americans by, for example, matching up community colleges with businesses and designing programs that actually lead to a job right here and right now. There are models out there that work. We've got to get more of those models spread out across the country. One of the things that we want to do is to actually increase financial literacy among kids so that they have a better sense of making good choices. Actually, we have a whole panel that's working with the Department of Education and school districts so that some of the concepts that we're talking about don't seem so foreign, because part of what's important is empowering our kids to be smart consumers of financial information so that when they're going out and taking a student loan, they have a sense, we call it know before you owe. If they're going out there to buy their first home, we want them to be well equipped to make good decisions and not just judge themselves on how much am I purchasing, but judging themselves on am I making good decisions that will empower me so that I don't get into a debt trap, so that I'm not just being judged by how much I'm consuming, but rather how much I'm producing and how much I'm contributing to the overall society. So that's a conversation that on the one hand we can have as a country as a whole, but each of us as parents are also going to have to make sure that we're trying to instill those kinds of old-fashioned American values into our kids.